Morning, folks. How's it going? I better roll the window up so you can hear me. Hope you guys are doing all right today. Well, getting ready to throw together another little video on something I think I'm pretty well going to enjoy. Heading out to Bethel Acres, Oklahoma this morning, bright and early, about 6:45. Going out there to a place called Shooting Iron. And it's a shooting academy that has been around for a long time. Specialized, obviously, in firearms training classes, but not just civilians, but also law enforcement. It's run by a man. He was a great guy, great friend. His name was Paul Abel. He's passed on a few years back. And his son, David, has finally gotten everything cleared up on all the legal issues and is wanting to try to get the place back up and running again. And it's kind of a slow process, so today is going to be one of the first public events that we're having out there. And strange as it may seem or sound, it's actually a poker run. It's a stop on one of the poker run places, and people are going to stop in, get their chip. They have to fire a specific number of rounds out of pistol and then take off on their next stop. So we're going to be running that puppy today, and I'm going to be reconnecting with a couple of old friends I hadn't seen in a couple of years, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be an enjoyable day. We're going to be shooting some scenes, not only of the participants in the poker run, but also for, what they've got going on out there, what he's made as far as changes are. He's had to make some changes to the shoot house, doing a total refit on some of the other ranges, and it sounds like it's going to be a great deal. Now, I'll be able to give you much more in-depth information as to what classes are available, but still going to have some civilian classes, some possibly law enforcement classes. Going to have 3-gun cowboy competition getting set up, some IPSC, some IDPA, stuff like that. So come along on a journey with me. One of my old haunts, and one of the very first videos I ever shot with a gun was out there with a buddy of mine from Austria. So it's going to be a great day. It's going to be a fun day. So I'm getting into city traffic, and I got to jump off this here thing before I wind up putting this up the butt of a VW Beetle. So stay with us. We'll be back. See you later. Bye. Now, people who would disagree with me on this, when this is what you see on the way to the range, an honest to God beautiful perfect day coming up. Might be a little windy, but other than that, folks, when you see that beautiful Oklahoma sky, wonderful morning, you know you're gonna have fun. Well, hey, I made it. Just going to give you guys a kind of a short, quick little panoramic view of the range. Why I'm doing this is it looks like there's not much out here. And a long time ago, several years back, there was a whole hell of a lot out here. But a lot of it, time and degradation of weather and wind had taken its toll. So we've got some remaining structures. This isn't by any means how it's going to look once this place gets back up and running. We're going to have a lot of stuff, a lot of new stuff, new shooting houses, movable walls, different steel setup scenarios, everything we need to set up for 3-gun action, cowboy 3-gun, IPSC, all that stuff. You can see there's still some steel out there on the edges and on the peripheries, and we can go out there and have a little fun with that maybe later on. But reason I'm shooting this is to let you guys know what it looks like now, and then we're going to be shooting some footage at a later date and getting a look at the transition and how this puppy comes together and what we're doing to breathe new life into a range that has been here for so many years and has seen hundreds and hundreds of thousands of rounds fired, made a whole lot of new shooters, been the site for instructor classes, for law enforcement classes, for self-defense classes, for armed response tactics classes, 3-gun IPSC, 3-gun cowboy shooting,
some other things, and we're also looking at, once we get this stuff in place, we're going to go ahead and do some invitationals, hopefully, and it really ought to be a great time. It really ought to be a lot of fun. So this is what's doing right now, and I see Dave and his wife over there working on getting some stuff dragged up. Once they get that done to the point where I can stop and talk to them, we're going to go and set up and get a little FaceTime with David and see what's going on. But I'll be back. Stand by. Stay tuned.
Hi folks, this is Brad coming back to you again. I gave you a little spiel on the way out. Shot a little footage in the dark in the truck. Well, I finally made it to Bethel Acres, America. And if you don't know where that's at, just drag up Google Maps. You'll find it. It's not very far from the highway, and there's nice amenities just up the road for this. I'm here at Bethel Acres at Shooting Iron, and this is a firearms academy that's been in business for how long?
We've been in business for 44 years.
44 years, and I'm speaking right now with a good friend of mine, David Abel, and he is the son of Paul Abel, who I was honored to call a friend. I was honored to call a good friend, and through having to go through legal processes and all the things, things had to come to a standstill here at the range for a few years, and David has now hit the point where he can get back out here and fire up the generator on this, get things rolling again, and get this place set for another step forward into the future to continue what this place was all about in the first place. So David, tell me just a little bit of history about the things that occurred here.
Okay, we started Shooting Iron in 1977.
Yeah.
My dad, Paul W. Abel, was a longtime law enforcement officer here in Shawnee and Pottawatomie County, and his goal when we initiated Shooting Iron was to have a place where people could learn from professional instructors to be able to shoot, where people could have a place to come shoot, and we could teach firearms safety.
Right,
at
safety.
the same time.
Big issue, safety.
Which is a big issue. We're very safety prone on this range. We started this range in 1977.
That's a lot.
My dad passed away approximately a year ago.
Yeah.
And so now we're opening this academy back up. What we're going to do at this academy, our goal is to teach professional firearms instruction for the general public. We are going to teach basic, intermediate, advanced handgun. We're going to teach 22 shoots for the kids. We're going to have matches out here. We're going to teach general safety classes. We're going to teach all sorts of firearms classes.
Yeah.
So,
just like to have that. Now, I took my instructor's course here in 2007, and it was at that point that I discovered this place existed. Until then, I had no clue.
Right.
My dad saw an ad in the newspaper, back when they made newspapers, and he said, "You really ought to go take this class." And I said, "Well, shit, yeah, I think it'd be fun." And came out here, took the class, and I was very impressed with the entire setup. I mean, your dad really had he was on top of everything. And it was summertime. It was hot as the hubs of hell. And we were shooting on this range right here, and at that time, to qualify as an instructor, you had 5 qual runs. You had 500 rounds of ammunition. If you put more than 2 of them out of the 9, that one didn't count.
Right.
I was at the end of my 3rd qualification run of literally using a government model to drill a hole like that, and your dad stepped up to me. He said, "How long have you been shooting like this?" I said, "Since my daddy taught me." And he said, "Well, don't tell anybody, but you don't have to shoot anymore if you don't want to. If you want to keep shooting, you can, but you don't have to shoot anymore. I have full faith in you," because it was just that. So at the end of it, I went ahead and kept shooting. At the end of it, I had a chance to sit on the porch. I was talking to your dad, and he told me, he says, "You're a damn fine shooter. I like the way you shoot. I like the way you handle your weapon. You're a very safe individual." He said, "I want you to come back out and shoot some more." And I said, "Well," I thought, "Oh wow, this place is open to people to come out and shoot." And I didn't realize that. Just academy, you don't think it's an open range. Well, anyway, it took a few months, but I got stuff together, and I came back out to shoot got my first taste of IPSC out here, and I was shooting a single stack 45. and Gary Cope was shooting 45, and a couple other guys. But everybody else was shooting high cap, double stack, 9 mils, 9x21s, 23s. And I found out that even running a single stack magazine, if you know what you're doing, you can take trophies away from people that carry a lot of ammo.
That's exactly true. You can.
And your dad, it really solidified us. We had a great relationship on that, and I've had more fun out here.
And, you know, my dad, he was so, his legacy, he wanted this, when he passed away, he wanted this legacy to continue.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, he told me a couple of weeks before he passed, he's like, you know, I want people to be able to have a place to come shoot.
Yeah.
I want people to be able to bring their children out here and have a place to come shoot.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to try to do.
Yeah.
You know, we've established we are open, and we're open to the public. As I said, we're going to teach basic, intermediate, advanced handgun courses. We're going to teach active shooter courses.
Yeah.
We're going to teach de-escalation courses.
Yeah.
Which is a big, important thing
It
right
is.
now.
It is, just like an art class.
We do law enforcement certifications, and we do law enforcement training out here.
Now, speaking of law enforcement, you've been in law enforcement all your
I
adult
have.
life, just about, haven't you?
I have. I've been a police officer 35 years.
35 years.
And started out at the Tecumseh Police Department back
just
in
up the road.
1985, and went to Dell City and
Yeah.
spent several years up there as a homicide detective and
Yeah.
an investigator, and been raised with firearms all my life.
All your life.
You
Yeah.
know,
You
my
probably-
dad taught us to shoot safely
Yeah.
when we were young. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And that's our goal. We want to be able
Yeah.
to make sure that people who have firearms in their homes, okay, if children come across a firearm, we want to make sure they know it's
Yeah.
not a toy. We want to make
Yeah.
sure we don't have any accidents happen.
Yeah.
We've been in business 44 years here,
Yeah.
and we've never had an accident on this range
Well,
yet.
I was going to say, I started shooting competitively here in 08, and I did so up until at least 2016, 2017, and then I got into a different genre. I've been paying a lot of attention to long range rifle lately.
Mhm.
And so I kind of got out of this little part of it and didn't get back out here. But in all that time that I competed here, which was, you know, every month,
Right.
3-gun cowboy action, 3-gun IPSC, running gun, single pistols, all the stages. In all that time, I never once saw one injury that was caused by a firearm or someone being unsafe with a firearm and not paying attention. And that's what I loved about it, is everybody watched everybody. Now, you go to some clubs and somebody sees something and they just rip on you like you're Ferris Bueller. And but this place out here, the level of professionalism, it seemed to be a part of it that everybody knew. You don't have to yell at people. You just have to look them in the eye and let them know you're serious. And that's all it takes.
And it is.
Yeah. We
We have instructors here that are either ex-law enforcement or have been in shooting firearms for several years. We try to strive to have professional instructors here.
Yes.
We want to give the shooting public and the general public the best experience that they can have out here
Amen.
in the
Amen.
training.
That's what it's all about.
That's
That's
exactly
what
what
it's all about. And as far as the future, that's what you're talking about, what you're looking at. You know, I did a little opening video. I got a shot of some of the steel that's out here on the periphery, on the edges. Just by kind of rotating in place, what do you intend for this area out here? Because there's a whole lot of space with nothing in it.
Right. At this point in time, as I said, we had a shoot house here that we have done some major remodeling and take the shoot house down. We're going to put a new shoot house up. But we have steel challenge out here. This will all be steel challenge targets out here, knock down pepper poppers, so on and so forth. As you can see over here, we have plates that we can shoot down. There are dueling trees here. There's freestanding plates here
Yep.
to be able to have different styles of competition,
Yeah.
as well as general handgun type of techniques of shooting. Over here on this other side of this berm right here, we have 200-yard rifle range.
I've shot on that. I like that. It's
We
nice.
have 200-yard rifle range. We have sight ends at 50 and targets at 100. We're revamping our rifle range over there, where we're putting roof pavilion up over there.
Yeah.
So it's going to be more comfortable for people to shoot over there.
There you go. There you go.
As I said, right now we're We are open for business. We're in the middle of kind of doing some remodeling right now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's going to be a lot different here when we get our Steel Challenge stuff set back up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That'll be awesome. I had so much fun with that. And people, they might see this kind of stuff on YouTube or on TV or whatever, and they see it and they think, well, I could never do that. That's so amazing how some people get out there with a pistol and do this stuff. And I could never do that, but I enjoy watching it. And people will come to understand, they'll find out if they'll get out here. And I know right now, it's hard, it's really hard to say I can invest the ammunition. Time ain't a problem, ammunition is.
Right. It's
And-
hard. It's hard for people to get ammo
Yeah,
right now. For that purpose, what we have done is we have started running 22 caliber ammunition
Yeah.
in our classes to offset the oncoming cost of ammunition. We are the only outdoor range in the area,
Yeah.
okay, in the Shawnee area, that people can come out and not only fire rifles, but can come out and shoot handguns as well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and we want this. We want people to be able to come out. If you go to an indoor range, you're limited to a 25-yard indoor range.
20, yeah, about say
Okay.
37 yards is the longest. That's Oklahoma City.
And that's
I
it.
think Edmond has one that goes 60 something.
Right. So our point is, we want people to be able to shoot further back than that.
Well, yeah.
But we want to. We can't express enough how much we want to do this in a safe environment.
Well, yeah, yeah. And you know, you talk about 22, and I know that a lot of this steel that's sitting out here right now, including these silhouettes, a lot of this is like AR-500 armor, isn't it?
Right. It is.
Okay. You can hit that. If it's 7/16 or heavier, you could hit it with a 50 cal, but you can hit that with a 22 or anything else, and all it does is just powder the round and put it in the ground.
Exactly right. Our pepper poppers are all steel like that, and
Yeah.
they can take that same hit. On our rifle range over here, we are AR armored over there.
Yeah.
On our steel, so you can shoot anything up to 50 BMG.
There you go.
So-
There you go.
So,
And I know you've got a real nice berm behind it, so you got plenty of safety there.
so we're really versatile, and like I said, at this point in time, we're setting our Steel Challenge back up, and when
Cool.
we do, we're going to start having. I want to run cowboy shoots out here. I want to run IPSC out here. I want to run run and gun.
Yeah.
Okay, not just teach classes, but I want to run running guns, and we are very prone to having 22 matches for the kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we want to
Yeah, you
get
have
the
a lot
kids
of
out
those.
here. We want to do a family day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we want to have families out here where we have rates where they can shoot as a group with a family,
Yeah.
and the parents can bring their kids out here and all shoot at one time.
Yeah.
So,
Now, I know there was a lot of fantastic shooters that I shot with out here, and I could say all their names, but I haven't talked to them, so I don't want to say their names without their permission, as far as full names. But I remember a couple of guys, Kelly and his buddy from down in Ada and the gun club down there. And I think people like that, if they don't know that this place is being brought back to life, do you think people like that, if you got out some information, some flyers, some videos, and did like an invitational once you got all this set, would an invitational be something that you think you could probably throw
yes,
out there?
I do. I think if we can get the word out where everybody can know that we are back up and running in business, I would love to do an invitational match out here and get these folks to come back in and let people know that we are up and running in business. You know, at this point in time, I think the shooting community is very, very strong, especially in this area.
Oh yeah.
You know, I think it's very strong in this
You have
area.
to go to Connecticut for it not to be strong.
Exactly. So my point being is, yes, ammunition is high. Yes, it's scarce.
It's coming back, but slowly.
It is coming back
At
slowly.
GNC Supply in El Reno yesterday, I saw a portion on their shelf this wide, that tall, this deep, Winchester 22 long rifle, silver tip. And I haven't shot that round yet. I assume it's like a defense round.
I would think so.
I think I saw a video that Paul Harrell did on YouTube on it. So it's designed for actually generating the necessary pressures to be a good defensive round out of a short-barreled weapon, 3-4 inch weapons,
Right.
you know, like concealed weapons. I don't know what it costs, but I know we have plenty of it. I've been seeing some 22 at a couple of other places. So it's coming back a lot quicker. And even at Academy in Yukon, they had a shelf this wide and that deep of 5.56, so it's coming back. It's just taking, like you said, it's taking its time. There's a lot of scarcity to it. I think once we are heavy into fall, that you're going to start seeing a kind of a surplus. Once Hornady's going to start making their own primers, you're going to start seeing that ammo hit the shelf a lot quicker, hopefully.
And some of the other things that we're planning on doing here is we have instructors that will come to your house.
Yeah.
Okay, and we'll do a home inspection of your house.
Yeah.
All right, for bad access points, for dangerous situations in your house involving firearms, how to protect your family at home, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
We are also going
Avenues of defense, escape,
exactly
primary pockets,
yes.
things like that.
We are also going to churches.
Yeah.
Okay, the people carrying firearms in churches right now is a big deal after several of the unfortunate shooting incidents that occurred around the United States.
Yeah.
Our staff is more than happy to go
Yeah.
and sit down with your church personnel
Yeah.
and with their staff and sit down and what we can do to make your congregation safer.
Yeah. The church that my parents go to, New Hope Baptist there in El Reno, there's one of the guys that's one of the longtime members there is Fred Horn, and he's retired OHP, retired deputy from Canadian County. He was on the EOD team on OHP, but he goes to that church. Lifelong friends with my mom and dad since they met back in the 70s. And he knows how to do the same kind of stuff. He can tell you, and him and Dad both can sit there and just, oh, you don't want to look that way.
Exactly, and that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Because we have security teams in churches, for example, that their training, it's not their fault, but their training is not what it should be. Okay, we want to enhance that.
Right.
You know, we want to make sure that safety factor is there, but at the same time that everything is done in a professional manner. Everything is done to ensure the best safety of your congregation in those churches and schools.
Absolutely.
We teach active shooter here.
Yeah.
Okay. We have added, when we do active shooter for law enforcement, we have added live fire.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of active shooter schools are doing either blanks or something like that, and simulations, and we will do that on the interior portion of the training.
Yeah.
But we also run active shooter out here and do live fire drills as well.
You got a guy sitting up over there on the table for
Exactly.
across the street through the window pass shot. Right.
One of the other things that we are going to implement, which a lot of people do not, is we teach all female classes.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes husbands have a tendency to make their wives nervous.
They do. They
Okay,
do.
so-
I've seen that in a lot of my classes.
So what we do is we offer all female classes. Okay.
There you go.
You
There
know,
you go.
we're trying to get away from the genre of, okay, here's a gun. If somebody comes in your house,
Pick it up.
then shoot him. Okay.
Yeah.
They need to know how to be able to safely handle that firearm. They need to know how to be able to unload it, load it,
Yeah.
clean it, maintain it.
And they don't need their husbands watching.
Exactly right.
Because, and I've seen this in a lot of the classes I gave, and I would get to the point where I would actually give the caveat or the preemptive warning. Husbands, if we're on the line, all the girls are shooting.
Right.
We're back here. If your wife has an issue and raises her hand for me, I go talk to her, you stay there. Well, anyway.
So point being, thank you for your time, and we hope that maybe you can help us get the word out, and
Well,
we're
I'm going
glad
to
you're
try.
back.
We're going to take and reset. Pretty soon we're going to have people coming in. We're going to have people stopping in. They're going to be shooting targets from the line here, and they're shooting for score because these lucky people on these beautiful Harley machines, and there might be some that aren't, but we won't give them a hard time, are actually shooting for score so they can win their own pistol.
Let me kind of tell you, if we can take just a second about what this rider group is.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, please. I was getting ready to prompt you on that. Yeah.
This is Destiny Christian Riders
Destiny Christian Riders.
out of
Okay.
Dale City, Oklahoma.
Okay.
And what we are doing is they are having this ride run where they go to 3 or 4 different places, and they are shooting, and for score, as Brad said, they're shooting for, the prizes will be a pistol. The money used to ride in this run is being used for underprivileged children for Thanksgiving
Yeah.
through the Mid-Dale Elementary School System.
Okay.
They have families that aren't able to have Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So to be able to afford food baskets and that sort of thing.
Mhm.
So we have offered our range free of charge for them to come out and shoot out here as a charity event for these children to try to have these kids have a good Thanksgiving.
Get them a blessing.
You betcha.
Yeah. So it's not just one-sided. It's not it's not just good things and blessings on one side, it's good things all around.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and again, thank you very much for coming out, and we're glad you're back.
Hey,
appreciate it.
I'm looking forward to the day because we're going to make some noise.
We're going to have some
and
fun.
I haven't wasted any expensive munitions in a while, so I plan on doing that too. So stick around. We're going to get reset. We're going to get some things up, and we'll be right back. And enjoy the day with us. Appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
No pressure. 2, 3, put the weapon back down and step away. Like I said, if there's any issue, you will raise your right hand and step away. Do not turn around. Nobody try to help somebody. If they have an issue with their weapon, there are people here that will help. No, you can be right here. Okay. Where you Eric is right next to you. There's only 4. There's 5 of us here. Okay. So.
Next 2 targets, come on up here. I don't know, that's mine. Target.
Two targets are up there right now. All right. Then you need to step down here.
Right here.
Okay. If that's yours, then his is going to be right here. Is that your target he's hanging down? All right. Third stage.
We ought to make sure because you have both of them.
You're not
Guys, they stay behind that barricade.
That's like this good too. Everybody doing that stuff. John? Not
What you're going to do is when you get ready to shoot, everybody's going to shoot on the right side, okay? Gentleman right here has that target on the end. This one right here is yours, sir. This one is yours right there, and then the one on the end, okay? So you stick to the right of the barrel when you get ready to shoot it, and then shoot it, okay?
timer starts.
So you know what your time has been explained already, you know how that goes.
Put it down, step back, timer starts.
3 rounds each, okay? Everybody know how to charge a weapon, right? Yes, no. Okay. On the command, go ahead and pick them up and make them safe. Charge them and make them safe. Yeah, go ahead. Just pull the slide back and let it go. Okay?
Do it.
Alright. The line is safe. Alright, gentlemen, take one step to the right. There you go. Alright, are we ready on the right? Ready on the left? Line is ready. Fire. Okay.
Allow for 22. Piece of the inside innards of my gun flew out. I was like, what the hell I do?
All weapons down. Line clear. Line clear on the right.
Ready on the left. Ready on the left. Fire. Line is clear. I just put safety on it. All right, we're clear? All right. Y'all come forward, take a look. Okay, safeties are off. When you get ready to shoot, keep your finger off trigger till you get ready to shoot it, but you don't have to fool around with safety. Safeties are off, okay? So keep them all down range. You guys ready? Step up. Ready on the right? Okay. Ready on the right? Ready on the left? Line is ready. Go ahead and pick up your guns. Good luck, folks.
Every time, yeah, that's all I counted.
Who's got the loudest boom?
All right, line is clear. We're gonna need some more bullets. Hold on just a second. Is there any more? All right, line is clear. Y'all come look at it.
Yeah, but they had all the kids' steel.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I had it out. I woke up at like 7:30 and doctor was on my stomach. I came up the bed. You got appendicitis. I'll see you at 4.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
But yeah, that's I mean, they gave me, when I broke my leg the second time, they
Go ahead and
gave
step
me,
up, gentlemen.
They gave me morphine first.
All right.
Really.
Ready on the right.
Like,
Ready on the left.
usually there's no effect.
Pick up your weapon.
So they gave me the lot. Once they gave me the lot, X-ray tech comes in. I'm like, dude, I got your blood.
Fire.
I was like, this didn't hurt at all.
Clear on the right. Clear here. Clear on the right. Range is clear.
Left there. Hey, Dave.
Shooter, are you ready?
Yes.
Stand by. Left. Right. Upstairs. M4 carbine approaching aggressor forces. Silhouette off to your left, approximately 280 degrees. 2 rounds engage. Time 70:54.
Shooter, are you ready?
Yep.
Stand by. And I am not good at .4608.
Woo.
Good, Brad. Good.
That is fun, ain't it? All right, shooter, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, stand by.
Shit.
Next gun. You're actually at it. Upstairs.
bring it up.
It's right there in front of you, on the rail. Be sure to charge it. Fire.
Damn it.
All right, Tom. Well, all right, folks, I'm glad you stopped by, and I'm glad you took the time to take a little trip out here to Bethel Acres with me. We had a great time. We had all the shooters come through. Nobody got hurt, nobody got a bullet in them, and nobody got even the chance to bleed on the range. So, as always, it was another great time. So, without further ado, we're going to jump out here, get back on the road, go play a little mitt. Dave's got to go out and take care of some honeydews around the house. But before we go, just remember, I'm putting this out here. If shooting iron has ever been a part of your life, or you remember it being a part of it, and it had to go away for a little bit and you missed it, it's coming back. Starting to open now. A lot more things are coming. The area you see behind me looks kind of bare, but it's going to reach a point where it's going to have a lot more fun stuff. 3-gun cowboy action, 3-gun IPSC, run and gun, full classes, law enforcement and civilian, active shooter stuff, run, hide, fight, the whole 9 yards. You have a lot of professional people out here that can do just about any kind of class you want. So, that being said, I'm going to take the chance to burn a little bit of powder, and then I'm going to get my butt out of the sun, because for mid-October, it's hot. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out with me on this. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do, and look forward to more videos coming from this, because I got a feeling I'm going to be doing a lot more shooting out here in the near future. Thank you, folks. Let's take a parting shot. What do you say? Always love doing that. I need some ringy steel. Bye. Come see us.